Guys, so this is one of the craziest months so far, especially for me and in my group as well. Have a look at this. The past month, we've made $52,000 trading. Obviously, we do have some losses involved, but overall, we're up. Have a look at this. This is my live Vantage account while supporting my bro, Owen Morton. It's always important, guys. If your friend has a YouTube channel or your bro has a YouTube channel, always make sure you go like this and always make sure, I already liked it. I was just gonna double, if I could double, look at, smash that like button, bro, and make sure to hit the subscribe button as well. Very good content. But anyways, guys, let's jump to the charts.
I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this content is financial advice. All information shared is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Remember that trading involves significant losses and you could lose money.
Hey guys, so today officially marks the 1st of December, which means that we obviously enter a new monthly candle. So this is important. It's not going to really change much as opposed if you take trades in the 1 hour or the 4 hour or the 15 minutes or lower time frames. But it's just important to know where the last monthly ended and how can we take advantage of that. So if we have a look at where we're sitting currently on gold at the moment, the price is currently 4252.4, and we can see that the previous monthly candle closed bullish, and we saw that the first day of the month, which is today, has opened up and it started to go bullish. So at any point, guys, we can obviously come up and refill this candle. So it's something to pay attention to, which means that we will break all-time highs. Now again, am I saying that we're going to break all-time highs this month? No, but if depending on how this candle goes and how we react on, like let's say on the lower time frames, at any moment we could break the highs. So let's go down to now that we know that the monthly is looking bullish, we can break it down obviously onto the lower time frame. Let me just remove this. I'm just going to do this. Let's go back. There we go. Cool. So I obviously drew out my boxes on the 4 hour. This is something I pay attention to. Remember, guys, if you watched my analysis on, I believe I did this on Monday already, but it could have been Monday or Wednesday, but I did analysis and I always said, like, guys, we were down here. You see from the last week, all the way last week, let me see, on the Monday, you can see how low we started, and I was already targeting these areas. So I was saying that at any moment, if you've watched any of my videos, you will understand what I mean when I say clean traffic. Clean traffic means that there was no structure being formed. We just had a few bearish candles push to the downside, and now, which point are we getting at now? So once we break above this, once we start seeing traffic move in, and once we start seeing volatility coming, it should just be one clean move to tap into our supply zone. This also means that, you know, we will break all-time highs. So all-time highs is here at 4382, which could happen, you know, within this month. I'm not going to say necessarily this week, but if we see volume coming in at any moment, we could just tap with this in, like, let's say 2 4-hour candles, 1 daily candle, for example, or it could just be in 1 hour, depending on how much volume we actually have. So also pay attention, guys, as you see how much volume we picked up from here, from the Monday. Let me just get to here. The Monday, we're going to continue consolidating throughout this range. The price action was looking really boring. Then all of a sudden, boom, big push up, boom, big push up, boom, broke above this level, which was a level of support. It was acting as a level of support before. Now we broke through it because now it's a level of resistance, broke above there, now came back down. So if you watched the video on Monday, you would have seen that I predicted this price move perfectly. And like I said, now remember, important lesson, important area for you to understand. You see, we obviously broke and closed above here on the higher time frame, which is the 4 hour. So understand that, yes, at any moment now we could just pop up. I wouldn't necessarily be looking for sells, just based on how much volume we're getting in, and the price structure is obviously clearly looking bullish. So this is my analysis for today. I still think that, you know, within this month or this week, I'm going to say personally this week, but at any moment, this is just my analysis. It's not financial advice, but wait until you get your confirmations. Wait until we get some sort of pull down, at least down to this level, so we get some bottom wick, and then for us to continue driving back up, because at any moment, like we saw here, at any moment, the price can reject and we come all the way back down. So you don't want to be caught to say that this is the highest point and for us to just continue driving back down. So guys, that is my analysis for gold. As I said, look at the bias. The bias is clearly bullish 4 hour is clearly bullish, but now we have some sort of resistance forming. And then, so if you want to pay attention, you will look at the supply zone. We do look like we're going to target the zone. So it's just waiting for our confirmations, waiting for our entries, and then we will enter the trade, because we don't want to get, we don't want to be the exit liquidity, tap the highest point and then push back down. Okay, so guys, now we're going to break down the EURUSD, starting from the monthly, because obviously we know it's a new monthly candle which has been formed. So we just want to see the bias, if we can get any sort of confirmation or anything that can tell us which is the overall direction for the next month, if we can get any confirmation. So we saw for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now we've been in consolidation, but we can see for the past few months we have been pushing bullish. Now we just have a look at the left side and we say which price point could we be targeting. Now again, we saw once price hit to these levels before over here. Let me see my circle tool. See what price did there. See what price did here as well, right? So we must respect these levels. Once we started to get to these sort of levels, we saw that price, there was a lot of volume being built up, and we consolidated for a bit and then pushed back down. Now again, there's no real confirmation just yet, because you can see we're forming a bit in a range. A range has been formed. If I draw out this range for you, you can see that there's a small range being formed here. Okay, so at any moment now, price is in on the monthly pretty much a no trade zone until we have some sort of breakout. But this is just to understand the direction that, last month we closed bearish, but the overall direction is bullish. So this could just create now a higher low, whilst continue pushing back up. So that's pretty much the overall direction. Won't waste too much time on the monthly. It's just for you to understand that, bullish overall momentum could be coming down for a higher low for us to continue driving back up. We keep it simple like that. And what we're going to do now is we go to the 4 hour. And now we can see on the 4 hour, you can see at the top here, we have our supply zone. So just make sure we respect that. So at any moment now, we can see that when we came up here before. Now again, guys, remember, we failed to come up to tap in our supply zone once, twice. Now could it be the third time that we tap? We could assume that at any moment now we're going to tap up to this level, but we can also say, let me just get my level at the bottom. We can say that this demand level was also, you can see our demand level was respected and tapped into at the bottom here. So it was important for us to pay attention to that. And then we do know that the overall direction is bullish. And we can see that we have had some consolidation, pretty much more just consolidating within this range, which you can see clearly. We know that the overall direction is bullish. So what we're going to mostly look for now is, for me personally, I would just be looking for buys once we break below. So as long as we respect in this line, as long as we respect in this level of support, we can understand that, okay, if we come down, tap into this level and then push back up, we know that we can target these supply levels. But until then, guys, we wait for more confirmations. We can break it down on the 1 hour, the 15 minutes, but price action. Where's the next targets? Once we tap into this level, at a minimum, I would assume that we're going to come up and tap into this level. But again, guys, we don't want to be, like I said on the gold, we don't want to be that exit liquidity. You saw what price action did before. Once it taps into these levels, like boom, smacks into that, smacks into that. Now again, is it going to smack into this and come reject? Is this a clear level of resistance being respected? Or are we going to target our supply zone this week? That's my overall direction for EURUSD. I am bullish, but at the moment I'm waiting for more confirmations. We know that at any moment this could just reject, come back down, create this lower high. This could be just below lower high for us to continue to reject and come back down.
Now guys, if you want to continue learning, I built a free educational trading community where I share my daily market analysis before the market actually opens. You get to see how I analyze charts, how I identify trading opportunities, and how I manage risk in real time. Some members use this analysis to place their own trades on their own accounts and share the same results. It's completely free and the link is in the description. No upsell, no hidden agenda, just education and real transparency. I also regularly post educational content on this channel covering strategy, psychology, risk management, and market analysis. So if you're serious about learning how to trade, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any next upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.